සාදු කියන්න මාත් එක්කම ගාත කියන්න ඉති පිසෝ භගවා අරහං සම්මා Say sadhu, please. Most welcome, sir. Brothers and sisters in Dharma, dear children, we all are gathered in here today to celebrate the most significant events that happen in the history of Buddhism and in the history of humanity. Which means to celebrate the birth of Prince Siddhartha, the enlightenment of ascetic Gautama, and celebrate the passing away of the Gautam Buddha. Usually, we celebrate ceremonially a person's birthday or a wedding or something else. But usually we don't celebrate the death or the passing away of a person ceremonially with parties or with other things. But when it comes to Buddhism, we do that. Because why do we celebrate the passing away of the Buddha ceremonially? It's because the Buddha did not just pass away. He conquered the death. He could overcome death. He eradicated all the mental defilements and he became the fully awakened person. That's why we celebrate the passing away of the Buddha quite ceremonially. That's something significant and important when it comes to the point of Buddhism. So, Prince Siddhartha was born in Nepal 2,500 years ago. When he was 16 years old, he got married according to the custom of India at that time. to a beautiful princess called Yasodhara. When he was 29, he had a child called Prince Rahula. On the same day, Rahula means an obstacle. When Prince Siddhartha heard the news of his new baby son, he just said few words, Rahulo Jato Bangaram Jata. An obstacle came into my life on my way. Which means, by that time he was thinking, he was deeply meditating to renounce. So when he heard the word that his wife, Princess Yasodhara, gave the birth to a child, he thought it's an obstacle. It's a hindrance to his path. That's why he used that word Rahula. Now the question arises here. Is he an irresponsible father? Is he an irresponsible husband to Princess Yasodhara? People could argue, but there were two questions within him on the same night that he had the child. Do I have to sacrifice my life to my family, or do I have to sacrifice myself to the whole world? Those are the two questions that arose within him. Finally, he thought, his wisdom arose. He thought, if I sacrifice myself to the whole world, someday my son and my wife also going to benefit out of my sacrifice. That's what happened after his enlightenment. After his enlightenment, his child, Prince Siddhartha, was able to find the way of liberation, which means nirvana. Even Princess Yasodhara got the opportunity to become a nun and to be enlightened. If he just sacrificed his life on that night to his wife and child, we don't get this Buddhism today. We don't get this chance to talk like this. That's why he sacrificed himself to the whole world. So we celebrate it ceremonially. So when he was 29, he left the kingdom. He became an ascetic. From 29 to 35, he was struggling to find the solution for the suffering of mankind. He went from teacher to teacher, finding the solution for the suffering of mankind. What is the suffering of mankind? We all get old. We all get sick. Eventually, we all die. You may ask me a question, yeah, that's true. Everybody gets sick, everybody gets old, and everybody dies. So we have to accept it. That's natural, of course, that's natural. You have to accept it. But my question now, do you like to be old? Do you like to be sick? Do you like to die? No. When it comes to me, I don't like to be old. I love to be young and handsome forever. That's why Prince Siddhartha, after he became an ascetic, he wanted to find the solution for the suffering of mankind. Finally, he found it, he discovered it, and we call it Nibbana, or enlightenment, or liberation, or salvation. So, when he was 35, he thought though he went to different teachers, they did not have the solution for the suffering of mankind, then he went by himself. He sat down by the Bodhi tree, and night came in. By the morning, he eradicated all the mental defilements and became the Buddha. From 35 to 80, 45 years, he served the whole world. He served the whole world. Even today, this Buddha statue is not just a statue. It depicts, it symbolizes the human perfection. This is an example. The Buddha is saying to you, if you follow my path, you could purify yourself. As human beings, we all do mistakes. We all are attached to this materialistic world. That's natural. But we should try to detach slowly but surely. One day, if we could detach completely from this materialistic things, Your emancipation is right there. Your enlightenment is right there. When your mind or insight comes to the full maturity, your liberation is right there. You don't have to pray for that. You deserve it because you're practicing, you're working on that. That's why the Buddha said, I am just a guide. I'm not your savior. I can show you the way. It's your job. It's your responsibility to walk the path. No matter you are a Christian, or a Hindu, or a Muslim, or a Jew, or a Buddhist, you don't have to have a religion to practice good things. The Buddha was not a Buddhist. We gave him the name Buddhist. Most of the wars today on the planet is because of the religion. Most of them. Everybody is trying to beat others. They try to promote their religion. That's why when it comes to Buddhism, we always get the credit, one of the non-violent religions on the planet. So, by being a Catholic, by being a Hindu or a Muslim, what do you have to do? Avoid evil, do good, purify your mind. This is the teaching of the Buddha. Do you have to be a Buddhist to do that? No. So, when you follow that path like that, slowly you're going to find your liberation. And we can call it Nibbana. Ni means no, Vana means cessation. So, cessation of attachment. As long as we are attached to this world, we are suffering. That's the reality. Of course, you have to have children. You are attached to your children. But if you are attached too much even to your children, when you don't get the things that you expect from your children, you suffer. You suffer. So as long as you have this attachment, the suffering is going to be much and more. If you can detach slowly, and when you are trying to have a simple life, you can easily live without any problems. For example, if you have a house, if you have so many things, if you happen to move out someday, you have to take them all with you. Then more stress, more problems come to you. But if you don't have that many things, just the basic things that you need when you're living at a house or somewhere, it's easy to move out. So the same way, you can easily eradicate mental defilements when you are not too much attached to this materialistic world. I have the same feelings like you have. I love to go on. I love to be handsome. That's natural. But we should try to detach. They all come to you. They always pop up. When they pop up, you should try to suppress them. That's what we expect from you as Buddhists. Not just go to the Bodhi tree and pour some water into the Bodhi tree and ask him for $1 million lottery or something. We don't expect those things from you as Buddhists. Purify your mind. Purify your mind. Sachitta pariyodapana. Etang buddhana sasana. The mind becomes polluted due to foreign things. When foreign things touch your mind becomes polluted. But you still got the potentiality to purify your mind. Pavasaramidam bhikkave chittam, or monks, the mind is very pure in its origin. It's very pure. That's why we always say the minds of these kids are like flowers, right? That's what we say. Because they don't have too many things, but it becomes polluted when they are growing up slowly. By morning, your minds are very pure. But when it is, getting dark, getting the daylight, so many things come to you. So, even though your mind becomes polluted due to foreign things, you still got the potentiality to purify your mind by practicing these things. Charity, karma, dana, which means sharing. These things are very important to any religious follower, not just for Buddhists. Not just for Buddhists. So, try to detach. When I hear the word detach, because Buddhism always talks about detachment. I remember a nice joke. That joke is pretty popular in the United States. You might have heard about that, but for your further information, it's a Buddhist joke. It's a Buddhist joke. Usually people make fun to make jokes to make fun of religious, but this is a good joke. The joke starts like this. Because of this attachment and detachment, this joke has become pretty popular.
I heard it from an Australian monk. The joke starts, why do Buddhist houses in the United States, especially, have dust and dirt on the corners of their houses? You know why? Because the vacuum cleaners do not have any attachment to those corners. So because of that, this joke has become pretty popular because Buddhism always talks about detachment. If the vacuum cleaners have the attachment to those cleaners, you don't see any dust and dirt on the corners of their houses. So try to detach, then someday you're going to liberate yourself. You're going to find your ultimate happiness of Nibbana. That's why we are gathered in here today. We are gathered in here today. So this is the introduction to the ceremony. Let me welcome these venerable monks and nuns. We got the most venerable Gogolli Sumanahamguru, the abbot of Ratana International Buddhist Center, Anaheim. And also we have another friend monk from New Jersey, Venerable Emily Vijita, who lives in New Jersey. He's visiting California these days. And also we have Bhikkhuni Chandra, who lives close to us in Pomona. So we welcome all these monks and nuns in the name of the Buddha and on behalf of you, and also on behalf of the most venerable Sri Ratanathero, the founder of Shanti Vihara, says Sadhu, please to welcome. And then we have a lot of sponsors. Almost every one of you has supported us today. We got a whole list in here. I'm not going to itemize those, every single name. But no matter how much money we have, no matter how much property we have, no matter how big the temple is, they don't make any sense without your cooperation, without your coordination, without your support, without your participation and attendance. So your attendance here today is highly appreciated. It's a pleasure to have you all in here today, and it's an honor to have you all in here today. So, again, on behalf of Sri Ratanahamguru, we welcome you all too. And now, these monks were sponsored by a few families, Samani Langa Singha, in order to share the merit with his mother, with his father, Mahinda Somaratna, and to bring blessings to his mother, Sylvia Somaratna. He has sponsored some monks, and also Mr. Ratnaik and Mrs. Ratnaik family sponsored monks. Also, Dr. Chandran from Chicago sponsored these monks today. And besides that, we got a brand new tent behind the temple, the shrine room. It was sponsored by Sujata Rajapaksha and Vipla Rajapaksha. Also, we got a brand new tape dishes. They were sponsored by Mr. Kosal Hettiarachchi and Chinali Hettiarachchi in order to share the merits with Jayanti Kulangamua, who is Chinali's mother, and also to share the merits Kulangamu Ranatunga, Ranaraja Ranatunga, and everybody. And also we got more support from everybody. To clean up the temple, we got support from Mr. Kosala, Sujata, Bandula, Patmendra, Rishi Amarasinghe, Kumudu Samadhi Herat, and also Sanjay Guruvardhana. These people came yesterday and cleaned the temple and helped us a lot. And also, we got people from Las Vegas and different counties of California. Also, we got a lot of people from different counties and different towns. They all brought at least a case of water to help the temple. So all those things are highly appreciated. And may you be well, happy, and peaceful by the power of the good karma we have done and we are accumulating here today. Also, let's share this merit with most venerable Dr. Abangpala Sriratana, who is the founder of Shanti Vihara Buddhist Center. Without Sri Ratanahamguru, we don't get this chance today to sit down or stand and talk like this. So Sri Ratanahamguru took over this temple. As I always say, he's a philanthropist. He gave it to us, so we are very lucky to. have the Shanti Vihara Buddhist temple here today and to perform all this religious service. So by the power of the good karma we have done here today, may Sri Ratana Hamguru be well, happy and peaceful. Say sadhu, please. And now we are going to offer the Buddha Puja and to conduct the Dana ceremony. First, may I invite, and also I want to mention something special here. Whenever I just give a phone call to Her Excellency, Consul General Swarna Premachandra, she just pretends with a message, Hamguru, I'm coming. That's the only word she says. So her appearance is really appreciated. So thank you very much for coming here. She and me from the same town, Pomona. I don't know, is that the reason that when I just message her, she just comes down here. So your appearance is highly appreciated too. So may I invite Most Venerable Ability Zero to administer the 5 precepts and to offer the Buddha Puja. And after that, the Most Venerable Bobole Sumana Hamdro will conduct the Sangika Dana ceremony. Then the monks are going to have the lunch you can offer. After that, we're going to chant a short blessing, do a short blessing for your well-being, for your future, for your betterment, and for you to have a peaceful life. And then you can enjoy the dansala. And after that, you are free to go. So right now, say sadhu to welcome, I invite these monks to conduct the rest of the ceremony. Thank you very much.